everyone, so welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's Weight Watcher on a Budget video. This is for week 2. This is the second video I have done in this series. Now I wanted to mention a couple of things. One thing, I'm sitting kind of off center because my plan is up here to put like screenshots of my spreadsheet until I can figure out how to use one of those screen capture programs or something on your computer, because I know they have them because I've seen them on other videos. So until I can figure out how to do that, I think what I'm going to do, instead of videoing my screen, which was really not very good looking last time, it kind of had those like light waves and stuff on there. So my plan is to kind of take screenshots and, you know, kind of snip them and then put them like right here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And another thing I wanted to kind of talk about was that I'm not, I plan on, really kind of seeing how this series evolves as far as the content. Because right now I have a few things that I know I want to cover, but I think the more that I do this video every week, I'll have more and more things in there. So just so you know, if kind of what I talk about every week kind of changes, or maybe I don't talk about a certain thing, and it's maybe just because I didn't think it was necessary for this video, but please make sure you let me know down below if there's anything else that you think would be great to go, any other content that you would like me to talk about as far as this series goes, or if there's something that I don't mention during a weekly video, if there's something I forget to mention or something that I talked about before but didn't bring up this week, let me know. So maybe just I forgot about it, or maybe I didn't think it was interesting enough, but you guys may think it's interesting. So in that case, just leave me any comments about it. Just let me know what you think, if you're liking this series, if there's something that's not necessary to talk about. I mean, just give me some feedback, because I really like to know. But just like I said, as you know, I think that things can evolve as they go along. Like one thing that I thought about just as I was kind of taking my notes to do this video was, I think at the end of the month, what I want to do is, because I want to keep an inventory. So I did an inventory at the beginning of the month, and I've been trying to cross off things and, as I go through everything, and I need to catch up with that this weekend. I think what I want to do at the end of the month, because I wanted to kind of do a wrap-up video for the whole month, how the whole month of January went, how much I spent on groceries, how much I spent on food, that kind of thing, and then do an inventory before I do that video, and kind of have a cost of what is still sitting in my pantry and in my freezers and my refrigerator. And that way I kind of know, okay, I spent this much on groceries, but I'm bringing forward this X amount. Now, I didn't do that at the beginning of this month. I could go back and do that, but it would be a lot of work. And like I said, I've already been kind of taking off what I already have, that kind of thing as I use it. So I think just going forward, now I'll have a good idea. So when February starts, I'll have this amount. Now it may be a higher amount because there may still be things from what was prior to, January. But then once the end of February comes, then I will have an accurate, okay, I spent this amount, I started out with this amount going into March. So I hope that makes sense. But I think that's going to really help me, because the reason why I kind of thought about that is, when you see how much food cost me this week to buy, and then how much I actually ate of that food, I spent more than what I ate, so then there should be some food still in there, if that makes sense. Now, another thing I need to mention though too, of course, and most of you know this because I think I mentioned this last time, is that I am showing you how much it costs for me to eat, just myself. This is a one serving, because there's a lot of the times my family will eat the Weight Watchers food that I'm eating, but not all the time. And so I just want to see how much it's costing me alone to do. And so you guys can see too, this is how much a per serving cost is. And so that's another reason why, if I spent like $90 in groceries, but I only have 60, I only ate 63, well, it could just be two of the families eating it, like especially the apples and oranges and bananas and stuff. I'm not the only one eating all those, obviously. So, my son takes an orange with him to school every day, and he takes an apple, he eats an apple, in the mornings or something, and then we all eat the bananas. So, that's another reason why there's going to be a difference, but at least I can kind of see how much it's costing me to eat. So the main things I know I want to cover in these videos, and just kind of, this will be kind of repeat a little bit in every week just for anybody new, but I also will have a playlist link down below of these videos, which is only going to be last week's and this week's, and then I'll have a link at the end that our video you get in. So if you missed last week's video, at the end of this video there will be a place where you can click on it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, because I'm going to be doing these videos every single week. So I will be talking about what I've spent to date on groceries. I'll tell you what I'm going to spend this week, and then what I spent to date, and what I spent on meals this last week. And now, last week I messed up. So I had messed up on my dates or something on there, and so I will give you the new totals for what last week was. And last week was only 6 days, where this week we actually had a full week of food. So because I started on the 1st last week, and my normal weeks, I go grocery shopping on Saturdays, so my normal weeks, what I'm planning this is Saturdays through Fridays. So that's what this is reflecting. And I won't give you what the total was for this week, because I'm already going grocery shopping today, but I'm not going to give you that total. I'm going to give you the total from the previous week of what, because for all the food that I ate this week. Hope all that makes sense. My goals for this, and so these are kind of my goals overall, why I'm doing this. And for one, I want to see where the money is going, and I also want to see how much it's costing me for certain types of foods, namely processed foods. Now, I did have a lot of processed foods in my cupboards that I didn't want to just throw away. I'm going to eat them, and that's why you're going to still continually through this whole month see some of these higher priced meals. But I'm not going to say I'm never going to buy like the Sandwich Brother pitas. I like them too much. I'm going to buy them. I know it costs me more to eat them, as you'll see, but I think as long as I am not having just a processed meal after meal after meal after meal, I think it's going to make me more aware that when I do go to buy them, I might just buy one. I'll just buy one box, and that box has to last me, maybe a couple weeks, so I'm not going to eat it every single day. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to buy those so very often. And same thing with like a lean cuisine dinner. I'm not going to just because they're 5 for $10, I don't want to buy 5 of them. I can just buy one and just have it once in a while. So that's one of my goals, is maybe just to see on where the savings could happen. And then also try not to shop during the week. Now, I nailed that this last week. I did not go to the store one time after work this entire week, and I had a whole full week of work after the crazy snow ice mess last week. So I did not go to the store one day. There was one day where I thought about it because I had forgotten an ingredient for something that I was supposed to have, but instead I just switched my menu around. And the reason why I was able to do that is because the first week of January I tried to get as many of the items for a full month of meals, as far as meat and freezer items and pantry items, that I could. Now, I've forgotten quite a few pantry items. I've seen that as I'm kind of going through and planning my meals out, but I think I'll get better with that. I mean, this monthly grocery shopping thing is completely new to me, and I think as I go along and do it, I think it's going to take me a few months to kind of get into the groove, and plus to kind of get past like spending so much money at one time. That was really hard. But I did not go to the store at all this entire week. I went last Saturday and I went today. So that is such a great feat for me. And the reason why for this is because, and I know you guys will feel me on this, when I go into the store for like 2 items, I come out spending at least $50. And it's just because I see other things that I don't need, but I pick them up anyway. So that's a goal, is to not shop during the week and no after work stops. Less processed foods because I know it costs more, and then just see where the costs are high and make any adjustments where I need to. So those are my goals. So I have my planner down here because that's where all my food is written into, and so that way as I'm going through the numbers, I can look down here and see why something might cost a lot of money. So just the touch points that I'm going to touch on, because I don't want these videos to be super long and super boring, but I just want to go over my week 1 totals because they were wrong last week. And so no, it was 6 days. I think I only had 4 or 5 on there. I don't even know what I did. I completely messed up on my order. So week 1 total was actually, it's spending for the entire week for just me was $63.33. Breakfast totaled $7.44. That's for the entire week. And this was from the 1st through the 6th. Lunch was $16.06, dinner was $10.87, and snacks was $12.52. I had one high week, one day, and that was $19.94. Now, I said after that, I don't want to have another high day like that if I can help it, unless it's a special occasion or just maybe a once a month thing. It's because we ate out twice that week, and that day, I went out to lunch with some coworkers. So that is something that's going to happen, and I don't mind, but my goal for that when I go out is to try to spend less than $10. So, and I did that day. And then we had, I don't remember what we had for dinner that night. So it came to $19.94 for the entire day for me, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. So I wanted to go into this week with, okay, I don't want any one day to be higher than $15. And that was kind of my goal going into this last week. So this last week was a full 7 days, started with Saturday and went through yesterday. So it was January 7th through January 13th. So my week 2 totals, my total for the entire week was $68.97. Now, considering there's a whole extra day on there, I would say I did pretty good, staying about the same as last week. So my breakfast totaled for 7 days $10.49. My lunches totaled $22.57. My dinners totaled $16.93, and my snacks totaled $18.80. Now, my snacks and my lunches are the highest. Now, my snacks, I know it's because of my coffees. I make my coffee at home, except for on Fridays. I do go get a coffee at McDonald's, just spend $1. I just get their plain coffee, just plain black coffee there, and I add my own creamer and Splenda to it. I will get sometimes their creamers too. But other than that, my snacks are my K-cups and my coffee. I usually have 3 cups of coffee a day, sometimes 4. And so I know where that's at, and I try to buy the cheapest K-cups that I can find. And I do buy store brand K-cups. I have no issue with that. For me, since I'm the only one in my house that drinks coffee, my son occasionally drinks it, but I'm the only one, a Keurig just makes sense. Than buying, I have a coffee pot, and I know it would be cheaper just to brew it, but I have 2 cups in the morning, and then I have 1 or 2 cups in the evening, so it's just not worth doing that. I could get maybe a small one, and if I feel like things are getting too expensive or I can't find cheaper K-cups, I may think about doing that. So that's why my snack's a little bit higher. Plus, this last week, I was eating like my vegetables and hummus for a snack instead of with my lunch, and I was, my apples that I bought from Costco last week, and I accidentally bought the organic ones, so they were more expensive. So anyway, there was a few issues with that. So in week 2, my highest day was $16.22. And so I did not beat my $15 my $15 thing, and that was Friday. And again, I had lunch out, and then we picked up pizza for dinner. But the pizza, actually, I only had 1 slice, and then I had salad, so that actually only cost me $3.50 for that. But my lunch was like 8 something, and then I don't remember what the snacks were, but so I did not beat my goal. It was $16.22 was my highest day. My highest dinner was $3.88, and that was for a chicken salad. But I kind of did a loaded chicken salad. I did kale and romaine lettuce or iceberg lettuce, plus I put blue cheese crumbles on there, some pepitas, some dried cranberries, and then I had the grilled chicken. So it was kind of a bigger salad, but I feel like $3.88, and it was a huge salad. It was so much cheaper than if I were to have gone out to eat. It would have been $10, $12 easily. So I really feel good about that. My highest lunch that was not a lunch out was $5.39. Now get this. This is what it was. I had a lean cuisine. I had the Vermont white cheddar macaroni and cheese, and it was $2.99, but I added broccoli to it and some chicken to it. Oh no, they were three. It was three something. I don't know. Anyway, so because of the being lean cuisine and a processed food, it cost me a little bit more to eat that day. But like I said, if it's just once in a while, then, you know, I think it's okay. My highest breakfast though was $2.91, and it was because I had the Sandwich Brothers Pita Pocket. So, you know, maybe what I could do differently to make that week, this last week, a little bit less was, okay, so I had a processed food for lunch one day. Maybe I shouldn't have a processed food for breakfast, you know, because those were actually in the same day. I had the pita for breakfast and the lean cuisine for lunch on the same day. So maybe next time I could just say, okay, so this week my one processed food is going to be, I'm going to have a Sandwich Brothers one day this week for breakfast. So then if I have a lean cuisine or something, maybe I'll have it next week instead. So maybe to kind of offset the prices, I need to look at how I want to spread out my processed foods. Let's go into, and again, I will have everything I'm talking about, I will have up here kind of showing you, because I know I'm kind of going a little bit fast through these things, but I just don't want this video to be super long. I'm trying to keep them under 20 minutes. So let's go into groceries. Oh, I kind of was going to go through what each day was of this last week. So on Saturday, I spent $8.05. And this is for everything, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Sunday was $10.55. Monday was $7.33. Tuesday was $9.12. Wednesday was $9.71. Thursday was $7.81. And Friday was $16.22. So if you have any questions about any of those days and what I had to eat, well, there's my what I ate videos. You can see them there. But also just let me know and I will give those to you. So groceries. So just kind of recap, the very first grocery haul of this month was week before last. And I try to do kind of a monthly stock up, and I spent $308.38. And that was for Weight Watchers only food. This is just the only food I'm talking about is the Weight Watchers food. So this last week, I spent $91.23 on Weight Watcher food. So total to date that I've spent is $399.61. But like I said, that is also all the meat that I bought one package of meat last week, but it was on sale for $2.49 for a pound of ground turkey, and I could not pass that up. I will do things like that throughout the month if I see them on sale. They were not on sale again this week, so I did not pick any up because I didn't need any, but I also didn't pick them up. So I think spending $91.23 this last week was great, and I ate $68.97. So I probably ate, I know I went through all the produce and all that because like I said, we have oranges left over, but so I think that is really good. It shows I didn't waste any food. I didn't throw any food away this week. That's another thing that is another one of my goals I need to write down is waste, food waste. I did not throw anything out not one thing. I didn't throw one thing out this week. So there you go. That's another thing that I need, that this is also going to show me is waste. So anyway, again, I hope you enjoyed this video and it wasn't too rambly, and hopefully these pictures work out up here and you can see everything. And like I said, one of these days I'll figure out how to do one of those screen capture things and I can just show you my screen while I'm talking. But until then, this is what I can do. So let me know down below if you have any questions about anything. And like I said, anything else you want me to include in these videos, and I'd be happy to share. So hope you guys all have a great day, and I will talk to you in the next video, but there'll be another one of these videos next Saturday. So talk to you guys soon. Bye guys.